So here's the sitch. 10th grade Evan, he was a nerd. He's got the concert band and the honors courses, typical. But there was this one course run by the Adolf of grammar Nazis. Honors English 2. This course was freaking hard, and it wasn't even like it was mainly the course. It was that teacher, Mr. Hildman. Man, this guy was like 10th grade. More like PhD dissertation. So anyway, this evil grammar-pushing Stalin assigns us this real hardball project once. A reflection essay. But oh no, if it's from Mr. Hildman, it's not your normal reflection essay, okay? It's Mr. Hildman. He's got to make it a little harder and a little bit more freaky. So he was like, hey class, listen to me. I assigned you all a reflection essay. It's about George Washington crossing the Delaware, except it's only got to be 250 words. That's right. Only 250 words, and it's got to be on this one index card I've signed for each one of you. Right then, there was that weird laughter thing. That was his laugh. His laugh was air escaping. So the class was all like, what? And then after he was done his evil cackle and the students had finally calmed down from their utter confusion, the teacher continued his English tirade with, I've signed the backs of exactly one index card for each and every one of you, so you better prepare for this one, because you only get one shot. So that was it, the crazy assignment. Luckily, it was 9th period English, so as soon as the bell rang, we all just snatched our business cards and ran right out of there. But his cackle followed us all the way to the bus. So we're honors kids, nerds, so most of us, as soon as we get home, we freak out, pull out our index cards, start reading the passage and writing the essay. But most honors kids aren't Evan. Evan, he decided it would be best if he just played RuneScape instead. I can't blame myself. I was just really addicted. It was 10th grade. Like cutting trees. Let's do some quests in Faldor. Have some fun on RuneScape. So I play RuneScape all night, and then I get to the next day, and I go throughout school like normal, completely forgetting the assignment, until I get to 8th grade lunch. Which might I add is just incredibly late for lunch. Most kids had 4th or 5th period where they got to eat at like 11 or 12. Normal times, not 1 o'clock p.m. like I get stuck with. So anyway, I'm eating an 8th period lunch. My goldfish, and my fruits roll-up, and my little handmade ham and cheese sandwich that Mama made for me. When I'm interrupted by my friend Joe. My friend Joe Q that turns to me and says, hey Evan, how'd you do on that index card assignment? So at this point, I just jerk my head up from my lunch and I'm like, I forgot. You don't forget an assignment from Mr. Hildman. He'll kill you. So I just whip out my index card, push all my lunch out of the way. I don't need my freaking goldfish right now. I need to get this assignment done right now. So I start writing. I'm writing. I've never written this fast in my entire life. And then there is Joe Q, just sitting over my shoulder, staring at my work, hoping I make a mistake, just waiting to be able to do his little Joe Q laugh, just because I made a mistake. There's only one chance. This is the one, only index card I can use. I didn't prepare for this, so I just keep writing. But you know what, Joe? I'm doing really well at this. This is one of the most fantastic essays I have ever written. So I continue. This is looking fantastic. And then I just get so upset and aggravated that this Joe kid is just staring at my paper. So right then, I have 2 words left in my 250-word essay. I finish my index card with 2 words. Your mom, caps lock, boom, in his face. And in 10th grade, that wasn't an insult. You don't talk about people's moms. So Joe just pushes me like, come on, man. You don't even know my mom. I was like, yeah, that's what you get for reading over my shoulder, brushing it off, because I did the assignment. Bell rings. We get our 9th period class. Class goes about as normal as you would expect it to. We learned some huge freaking vocabulary words and what a participial phrase was. And then the bell rings, and he asks us to turn in our index cards on the way out. So I do. Nothing's wrong. It's a fantastic essay, in my opinion. So I leave class for the weekend. You know what's on my mind right then and there? Freaking RuneScape. That's all I'm thinking about. Gonna chop some trees down. Woo! Quests, man. I can't wait to play RuneScape all weekend. Man, what an honor student I was. So my weekend's great. I come into class on Monday and, just walking with a pep in my step, eating my lunch all happy. It's great. It's a great day. But then something peculiar happens when we decide to go to 9th period English class. So we all file into our prison sentence of an English class, but there's something different about Mr. Hildman today. He's sitting in the front of the class in a desk that's facing us all, and he has a smile that's beaming from ear to ear. And then there, in his hand, is a single signed index card. So then he addresses the class and goes, "You know, class, I got a lot of great responses to that story earlier, but there was one response, just one, that stuck out the most to me. And I want to read that to you right now." So he begins reading the essay out loud. And as an honors group of kids, we're all looking around like, who's the one that got Mr. Hillman's approval? Who's seriously the one that he's getting to read right now? And soon I realize that lucky bastard was me. I am the chosen one. And I just sit back as the kids look around. Who is it? Who is it? And I'm just like, bask in my glory, because I have conquered Mr. Hillman's English class. And then the valedictorian looks over at me like, You? You? And I'm like, yeah, Damien, what now? Huh? Yeah, my essay, that's right. And I'm just, taking it in. I am the champion of this classroom, people. It is my day to shine. So I sit there, basking the glory of Mr. Hillman, the grammar Nazi himself, reading my essay aloud to the class, when all of a sudden, he gets to the very end of my essay. And in the loudest voice possibly imaginable, he bellows at the top of his lungs, "Your mom!" And at that very moment, I stood up from my seat and said, "Why would you do that? Why would you ruin my essay with your mom?" And then Mr. Hillman, his face as red as a fire truck rushing to extinguish the glory from reading my essay, he shouts right back at me, "Why would you put it on my index card?" It was then my eyes opened. I had done it. Your mom. It was Joe Q's fault, I cried out as the class just erupted in this unholy laughter at my demise. He kept staring over my shoulder at lunch. And that's when Mr. Hillman returned the volley with, "You were doing my homework assignments the period before class?" I yelped. That was it. I was done. I had said too much. I dug my own grave. And I let the laughter of my fellow students just be the dirt. Pile on. I can die now. It's okay. Figured I'd pile it all on, and I laughed myself into tears, both at the just humor of the situation, really, from the perspective outside, and for the sheer fear of Mr. Hillman's judgment against my soul. He gave me a C+. Told you he was evil. Neighbor night.